Jeune Mama June Shannon has been through countless ups and downs in the public eye. But nothing quite prepares a mother for the heart-stopping moment of hearing that her youngest daughter has been in a car accident. It's the kind of phone call that instantly changes the rhythm of your day. 1 minute you're moving through life normally. The next, your chest is tight, your stomach drops, and everything feels like it's moving in slow motion. That was exactly the kind of day June faced when she got the call that Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson, her youngest child and the one the world first fell in love with on Toddlers and Tiaras, had been T-boned by another driver while pulling out of her driveway in Denver, Colorado. For June, the news came when she was hundreds of miles away, separated from her daughter by an almost 23-hour distance, a fact that made her feel more helpless than ever. It was one of those moments where every protective instinct a mother has kicks into overdrive. You can almost imagine her hands trembling as she held her phone, listening to her daughter's voice, or maybe the voice of someone else who was with her, explaining what had just happened. Her mind would have been racing. Is she okay? Is she hurt? How bad is the car? What if she had been going a little faster? Or the other driver had been? What if the impact had been just a little harder? There are 1,000 versions of what could have happened that flash through your mind in the seconds after hearing news like this. And every single one of them feels worse than the last. June took to Instagram on Friday, September 26, just hours after the accident, to tell her followers what had happened. She wanted to share the story directly, in her own words, before rumors began to swirl, and she wanted to reassure the fans who have watched Alana grow up that the young woman was safe. Her video carried that raw mix of emotions that you only get from a parent who is both shaken and profoundly grateful in the same breath. She explained that her daughter had been pulling out of her driveway when a 23-year-old man, speeding down the road at roughly 40 miles per hour, slammed into the driver's side of her car. The impact left Alana's vehicle badly damaged, but miraculously, she was able to get out and was taken to the hospital for evaluation. "Alana is fine," June said in the video, her voice carrying that combination of relief and lingering fear that comes with a near miss. She was hit on the driver's side of her car. It could have been a lot worse. That last part, the acknowledgement that things could have been so much worse, hung in the air like an unspoken prayer. You could tell June had spent the hours since the accident replaying the whole thing in her mind, thinking about all the other ways this could have turned out. The other driver admitted that he had been speeding, which at least gave June some clarity about why this happened. But it didn't erase the image of her youngest child sitting in that driver's seat at the moment of impact. The hospital visit confirmed that Alana had no broken bones, no internal injuries, but she was experiencing back pain and headaches, classic signs of whiplash. June explained that she was already on her way to Denver to be with her daughter, wanting nothing more than to sit by her side and make sure she was really okay. "Alana is at home and is resting," she said near the end of the video, trying to reassure her audience, and maybe herself, that the worst was over. In the caption of her post, June shared just how chaotic and emotionally charged the day had been. "Today has definitely been a crazy day since 3 o'clock, she wrote, letting fans in on the fact that from the moment she got the call, her world had been turned upside down. There's something about the way she described the call that felt so visceral and real. "This is what I hate, that Alana is 23 hours away, but she is following her dreams," she wrote, revealing that conflict so many parents feel when their children grow up and move away. On one hand, you're proud that they're out there building a life for themselves, chasing their goals, stepping into adulthood. On the other hand, you wish you could wrap them in bubble wrap, keep them safe under your watchful eye forever. When tragedy strikes, or comes close to striking, that distance feels unbearable. June described the moment she answered the phone and felt her stomach drop. "All you can hear is someone hollering," she wrote, hinting at the panic in Alana's voice. Those are the moments you never forget. The sound of your child in distress, the helplessness of not being able to reach through the phone and hold them. June promised her followers that she'd share a full story time about the incident later, but for now, she just wanted everyone to know that Alana was alive, home, and recovering. "She is banged up a little bit, but other than that, she is okay," June continued. The phrase "banged up" might sound casual, but any parent knows that it's a blessing when that's the worst of it after a car accident. Side impact collisions are some of the most dangerous types of crashes, because the driver or passenger is often just inches away from the point of impact. In many cases, they result in severe injuries or fatalities. The fact that Alana walked away with only pain and bruising was nothing short of a miracle. And June seemed very aware of that. What made the story even more poignant was the detail that Alana had only been leaving the house to get her hair done. It was supposed to be an ordinary day, an errand like any other, and instead it turned into a life-altering event that could have ended so differently. That's often the way accidents happen, in the most mundane moments when no one expects it. Perhaps the most telling part of June's update was what she shared about Alana's mindset after the accident. Despite the pain, despite the shock, Alana's next phone call after speaking to the police was to her clinical director. Tomorrow was supposed to be her very first day of clinicals, a huge milestone for her as she continues her education. And despite everything, Alana was determined not to let this setback stop her. She was still saying she was going to get up in the morning and go, even though most people would have taken at least a few days off to rest. That determination spoke volumes about who Alana has become as an adult. Focused, driven, and unwilling to let life's challenges derail her. Fans reacted with an outpouring of support as soon as they saw June's post. Thousands of comments flooded in, filled with prayers, love, and well wishes. People who have watched Alana grow up from a precocious little pageant contestant to a young woman finding her place in the world were quick to remind her that she is loved, that she is resilient, and that they are rooting for her. Many also reached out to June, understanding the unique pain of being far from your child when they need you most. This accident comes during a chapter in Alana's life when she has been working hard to establish her independence and build her own future. She moved to Colorado to pursue her education, leaving behind the familiarity of Georgia and the family home. She's been in a steady relationship, she's been open about her plans for the future, and she has spoken about wanting to make a career for herself outside of the reality TV world that first made her famous. For June, watching her youngest grow up has been both a joy and a challenge, as she has had to learn to trust that Alana can take care of herself. And incidents like this test that trust in the most terrifying way. It's impossible not to see the symbolism in this moment. Alana, once the little girl who charmed America with her larger-than-life personality, is now an adult facing very real, very adult dangers and decisions. And just like when she was a child, her family, and the public, are still watching, still invested in her story. This accident, though scary, also shows just how much she has grown. She didn't crumble. She didn't let fear take over. She did what needed to be done, got herself checked out, and is already talking about going to her clinicals the very next day. For June, the day ended with a mix of exhaustion, relief, and gratitude. She was already making her way to Denver, determined to be there for Alana during her recovery. No matter how old her children get, no matter how far they move away, June is still Mama June, and being by her daughter's side is the most important thing in the world to her. She has lived much of her life in the public eye, endured public scrutiny, dealt with personal struggles and triumphs. But at the end of the day, this moment brought everything back to the most basic, human truth. A mother's love for her child, and the sheer relief of knowing that child is still alive.